Okay, one thing that's awesome about Nearpod is that we have a virtual field trip option. We can take kids across the world to different places and explore. So how do we do that? Log in with your school district email. You're going to have the option when you go to nearpod.com to log in with Google, and just click that option and make sure you select the school district's email account and you'll get access. And this is the first dashboard page you'll land on, and it shows you all your lessons. So I have my lessons here, and let's say I'm ready to create something new. If I click down on the create button, I'm going to have three options. The first one is a lesson creation, and this is going to be a lesson creation right within Nearpod. The second option is to take like a YouTube video or a video that's already provided in Nearpod and add questions to it and activities, which is going to be a feature very similar to Edpuzzle, which is included in our Nearpod accounts. And the last one is if you have an existing presentation that you want to add activities to make it more engaging, you can just integrate right with Google Slides as well. But we're going to start with a lesson right within Nearpod. So I'm going to start off by titling this my virtual field trip, and I'm going to click on the add content. So when I get to this, it's going to give me two tabs. Your first tab is going to be your content. So this is kind of the instruction. This is the direct instruction. And then activities, these are all the options for us to get formative assessment feedback so that we can analyze if the content that was delivered was successful and we got what we needed. And the great thing about Nearpod is these activities will be broken down by individuals. So you'll be able to analyze and look back at the results, and it will always be saved so you won't lose it. But for a virtual field trip, that's considered content, and we're going to click on the VR field trip. You have some really nice options all across the world. You have Golden Gate Bridge to the Great Wall of China, to the Yucatan Peninsula, to Times Square, and many, many more. But let's say we are going to, let's go to San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. And you could preview it, but I'm going to go and say that this is what I want to use. And click Done. Now it integrates right into my slide deck. And if I click on it, it will open up for me to preview. And maybe I'm doing a math lesson on shapes, and I wanted to take the students here to see if they can identify shapes. So this would be a great option. Or maybe I am studying a STEM lesson on bridge types and how to build these structures. And we're looking at a suspension bridge here in San Francisco and studying how it's built and how it's able to hold the weight. So that's my content. Now I want to get some feedback and I want to get some activities out to the students in my slide number 2. So I go back to my plus sign and click activities, and I have all these options. Maybe I want students to draw shapes now. I can use the draw tool. Every student will have their own digital whiteboard that comes up on their Chromebook, and you can ask them to draw. So the instructions could say, please draw and label 2-dimensional shapes. And I can press save. And now students would have that draw, that whiteboard option. So just to keep it real quick and basic, let's say this is my entire lesson, which of course you probably want more. But it just shows you how quick it is. I'm going to save and exit, and now it's going to come back to my dashboard. And my dashboard is now going to have that virtual field trip here first. So I have two options. I can do live participation with students right in front of me, or off-site. They can do this remotely as well in the live participation format, or they can do it student paced. This is probably more like homework, independent work. I'm going to post it to Google Classroom, and I want them to do it on their own time. But I'm going to do on the live participation option. When I click live participation, I'm going to see the ways to share. So I can have students go to join.nearpod.com and click the code. I could copy the link and send it to them. I could email it, go through Google Classroom and remind. And none of you probably will have Microsoft Teams, but that's an option as well. So this is what students will see when they arrive. This would also be on your box light if you're in person, and you could touch and drag it and show around the 360 view. It's pretty awesome. And now we're ready to go to the next slide. It says, please draw 2D shapes. So students would then be able to draw on this, and you as the teacher would see all those drawings happening at once on one screen, which is pretty great. So this is an awesome way to get students into different settings and different scenes without actually taking the field trip itself. So let me know if you have any questions. This is a great tool right at our fingertips. Our entire district has access, so please use it and enjoy. Thanks.